Oh, there you are, YouTube. Do. Subscribe if you're interested, but also no pressure. So it's Blu-ray Tuesday right now, 4K Tuesday. And I got some pickups. I wasn't able to make it out today. I was really hoping to, but just didn't happen. Work kind of got in the way. But I have some stuff that I have my eye on, some stuff that I have been wanting to pick up these past 4K Blu-ray Tuesdays, and I just haven't been able to. And I kind of want to go through those, see what you're thinking. Are these good purchases? I may go into why I want to get them. Now, I know the Criterion sale is going on right now as well. I haven't had time to quite research that. I do have some things in mind, but I'll probably do a separate video for that after I've done a little research on what I want to pick up for that. I do have a few things I have in mind, like Don't Look Now. That was one that I was, back and forth on the most recent sale, and then the Blue Velvet 4K just came out, and I really want to hear Dennis Hopper say "Pabst Blue Ribbon" in 4K. So I want to see him say that with that crystal clear look. But anyway, here are some of the movies I've been thinking about getting. Got my whiteboard here, so let's write 4K Blu-ray right there. The ones I'm thinking about picking up for my next visit, which may even be tomorrow. It could be tomorrow. I wanted to get out today, like I said, but it just didn't quite happen. Is this the better way? Right here? All right. It says 4K Blu-ray there. One of the older films. It's not, well, it is an older film, but it's also one that came out quite a while ago. And that is Chinatown. Chinatown is one I want to pick up. This is a movie that I've struggled with every time that I've seen it. I think it's a movie that I watched twice to try, maybe 3 times. Like, I watched it and I was like, that didn't work for me. Let me watch it again to try and figure it out, because sometimes I'll do that with movies, and I know I've spoke about this many times on the channel, but Casablanca did not work for me, and it took many viewings and discussions to finally work for me. Discussions with my father-in-law. And Blade Runner, even the first Blade Runner, I've always appreciated the visual qualities of Blade Runner, but the film itself, not necessarily. But many viewings and then discussions with one of my college professors, just sitting down with him every week. That movie would come up quite a bit, and on subsequent viewings I developed appreciation for it. So Chinatown is another one where I want to get it because everybody seems to get it, and I want to get it. And there is a 4K of Chinatown. But what I also love about it is not only is Chinatown included in 4K, but I believe only on Blu-ray. What comes with it is the 2 Jakes, which is a sequel to Chinatown, directed by Jack Nicholson. Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown. Forget it, Jake. It's the 2 Jakes. So it comes with that extra film. So others who have already bought it know this. Has that extra little film there. A 1-up. A +1, if you will. Some sort of green mushroom from Mario. Pretend it's green, right? So you get a little extra bonus in there. You get that little film. Who's seen Along Came Polly? Who agrees that this is a little extra bonus? Okay, so Chinatown, definitely want to pick that up. Next, The next movie, because I got three movies, four movies that I'm wanting to get here. Next, the next most distant one that I missed is Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters. Frozen Empire. Is that what it's called? Frozen Empire? It's called Frozen Empire, right? It's called Frozen Empire. Where was the Frozen Empire State Building? That is where the ending should have taken place, not at the firehouse. I have a lot of issues with this movie, but I still like it. But I got a lot of issues with it, but I still like it. A lot of issues, still like it. The ending, which was like simultaneously the best part and the worst part, took place in the firehouse. Shouldn't have done that. Everybody was just standing around looking for something to do. It should have taken place throughout the entire city of New York, where people were in different locations but then had to get together at the end at the Empire State Building, which would have been Frozen. The movie's called Frozen Empire, and then that's when they would have battled together. The Frozen dude should have had a bunch of like little minions that they had to battle along the way separately, and then things crescendo to the end at the Empire State Building. They're in New York City. The movie's called Frozen Empire, and they didn't take advantage of the Empire State Building as a set piece for the end. I'm not happy about it, but also I ain't mad. So Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. You see, I'm a Ghostbusters fan. I got some Ghostbusters stuff up here. Stay Puffed right there. So I really like this movie, even though I have issues with it. And honestly, I think the issues I have with it are less important than the issues that I have with Afterlife, which sometimes makes me question, do I like this more than Afterlife? I question that sometimes, because there's a lot that I love about it. But Afterlife, I feel like, broke a major rule in the way that they handled Ray Stantz. In the way he like spoke about Egon, just felt so out of character, so wrong, so incorrect. That almost like makes me sad. It pisses me off. It makes me angry. And that's very tough, even though I like a lot of the movie that surrounds it. I like most of the movie that surrounds it. But that stuff, the way they handled Ray, is difficult to digest, because you could have easily done it differently. It could have been a situation where rather than Ray is at odds with Egon, it could have been just a, I'm too old, man. You know, I love this stuff, I do, but I can't be out there in the field anymore. I have to be in my bookstore. That's where I can make the difference. I'm sorry, I can't follow you. It is just an age thing. It's an energy thing. That would have been the better way to go about it. Instead of disbelief, the first person who's ever going to believe the stuff that Egon is saying is going to be Ray. So, you know, that upsets me. That upsets me. But I still like the movie, even though that part I feel like was a cardinal sin. Is that the right word? I don't even know what cardinal sin means. But anyway, I want to pick up Ghostbusters Frozen Empire also. I will be picking that one up for sure. Chinatown, I think I will be picking up for sure. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, I think I'll be picking up for sure. The next one came out today on Blu-ray Tuesday. I need to get more ink up in here. Here, let's see if this works. Let's make sure this isn't... This might be paint. What is this? Is this paint? Oh, that's paint. Can't use that. Sorry. Got all sorts of art materials over here. Alright, so today, the one I wanted to pick up was something that I don't have, surprisingly. This is one I would have put money down that I own. And that is Taxi Driver. Taxi Driver, Robert De Niro, Jodie Foster, directed by Martin Scorsese. So yeah, that's one I don't have. I actually do have a garbage library copy of it. Um, that's been heavily used in a box over here. I actually still need to go through that box. I haven't shown it yet. But I have a library copy here beside me, one that I haven't shown on the video or on YouTube yet. But I would love that 4K. It looks like it only comes in a steelbook. Is that correct? Let me know if I'm wrong on that. I think the Taxi Driver only appears as a steelbook, which is not ideal for me. When it comes to steelbooks lately, I love the cover art. I love the cover art. The cover art on steelbooks so often is great. But here's the issue. I just I don't feel comfortable with them. I guess I should get those sleeves that people wrap their steelbooks in for safety. That's something I should look into. That might be good for me to make me feel a little safer with the way my steelbooks are, with the rest of my collection. But I'm always worried about them getting dented and scratched or arriving damaged in some way to where they're just a little too stressful for me. And actually, Ghostbusters, let's go back to Ghostbusters here. We're going to go back to Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. That has a steelbook or two that you could pick up. And the cover art is awesome. I'm not going to get it, though. I think what I want is the 4K with the slip. And the reason for that is less of a worry about steelbooks. It's just, while that art is awesome on the steelbooks, it does not have any of the original Ghostbusters on it. And for me, with the Ghostbusters, if the originals are in the film, I'm going to want them on the cover if that's available. And the slipcover version of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire does have images of the original Ghostbusters that are still with us today. Zeddemore, Stans, and Venkman. So I'm going to definitely pick that version up of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. But Taxi Driver, I believe, only comes in that steelbook, which is fine. I think I like the cover art. It's not, extra exciting in any way. It's nice, but it's not doing anything overly artistic. But I'll still grab that. So yeah, Taxi Driver, and then so those are the three that I feel highly confident in picking up. But I have some that I'm like, well, maybe not. And that is, let's get to that one. This is the fourth one, which is a maybe, because I already have it. See, these movies I don't already have, except for Taxi Driver. I already sort of explained. But the next one I already have, so it makes it harder for me to buy. Because honestly, I think when it still comes down to it, the way I collect is for the movie, not necessarily the material. And if I have it on DVD, sometimes that's good enough for me. There are a few times when I do upgrade, but not always. But this one, I think, could be an upgrade. And I think this is already out. This might be a reprint. I'm pretty sure, pretty positive this is a repressing here. And that is Point. My ink is running out. Point. Yep, my ink is almost gone. I am pushing pretty hard here. Next is Point Break, starring Keanu Reeves and starring Patrick Swayze, along with others like Gary Busey and the person whose name I can't remember, but you may know them from Tank Girl or Free Willy or A League of Our Own, A League of Their Own, or other things like Orange is the New Black. But anyway, Point Break. Keanu Reeves, as you know, one of my wife's favorite people ever. We do have the DVD over here. Is that enough? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's a possibility. It dropped today, 4K Tuesday, Blu-ray Tuesday, but I do believe it already existed out in the world. This is the Steelbook. I just never ended up picking it up. But maybe it's time. Maybe it is time. Lion King reference. But yeah, I think these are the ones that I want to pick up. Again, I'm not discussing Criterion's right now. The Criterion sale is going on, but I have a little bit more research that I would like to do before I start picking up Criterion's. I believe I have around 5, 6, 7 that I would like to pick up, somewhere around there, and maybe more. But I feel confident as long as my Barnes & Noble has the films, I will be picking up around at the very least, 3, but I would like to get up to maybe 7 and maybe even more than that. So these are the guaranteed, minus Point Break, these are the guaranteed purchases that I'll be doing in upcoming weeks here. Chinatown, which also includes the 2 Jakes, that's a 4K. Well, Chinatown's a 4K. I think 2 Jakes is a Blu-ray. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. Then Ghostbusters, I'm going to get on Frozen Empire. I'm going to get on 4K, and I'm going to get the slip version. And then we have Taxi Driver, which, as far as I know, only comes in the Steelbook, and I'll be getting that. And then Point Break, I believe it's a repressing that came out today of the Steelbook, because I believe that's already been out. So I want to pick that up. Maybe I want to pick up the slipcover. It might be at Barnes & Noble still. They may still have inventory of that. But these are the films I'm considering. The top 3 are I think are guarantees. So anyway, what do you think of those 4 purchases? Also, I need some help with Criterion. What are some films I should research, because I definitely want to partake in this sale, and I got some stuff in my mind, but I want to do a little deeper research. But if there's anything that's maybe not on my radar, I'd love to know. So let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you think of these films right here. Are they worth picking up? But anyway, one more time, thank you so much for watching. I can't believe I'm up to 17.5 minutes. I appreciate it extra if you made it to the end. It means a lot, so much to me. And perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.